Brown, Siena's first 2,000-point scorer, only the third player in NCAA Division I history to get 2,000 points and 750 assists. And Showbiz did it with style. Tonight he plays his last game in the Arc. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Fairfield versus Siena. Next, right here on Fox 23.
Siena basketball on Fox 23. Brought to you in part by your Capital District Super Advantage Chrysler Plymouth dealers. By Albany Savings Bank for over 170 years of strong, confident banking. By Gentiles, quality carpets and vinyl flooring. And by Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For the final time this year, it's our pleasure to welcome you to Siena College basketball here on Fox 23. Tonight, Siena will play host to the Stags of Fairfield in the final game of a MAC season that has been very, very successful for Siena. My name is John Graney. I'll be calling the play-by-play, and joining me once again, of course, Barry Kramer and Kevin McGraw. Kevin, tonight marks the final Arc appearance of three seniors that have had terrific careers here at Siena: Tommy Herter, Steve Downey, and, of course, the great Marc Brown.
Yeah, well, Marc Brown has had a splendid career, probably the best career of any player to play in the last 20 years. Tommy Herter's been a very versatile player, very solid, and Steve Downey has been very productive at times. So Mike Dean's first recruiting class, and they're going to lose these guys, and it's going to really hurt.
Siena, of course, has just been outstanding in the shooting department. They've been a great shooting team for years. They've won 7 in a row based upon their shooting. And tonight they're facing a Fairfield team that is not exactly called good shooters, Barry.
No, tonight Siena won't have to defend the three-point shot, John, but they will have to play strong on the boards because Henderson and Brantley are excellent rebounders. But Fairfield is in a very unenviable position coming in to play Siena after a 7-game streak that Siena has and in their home gymnasium.
We'll be explaining it, of course, as we go. Siena could win the league championship. There's only 2 games left. St. Peter's plays tomorrow night home against first place LaSalle. We'll talk about that, of course, over the course of the broadcast, and we'll be back with tonight's opening ceremonies in just a moment.
For the first time on television, the ultimate clash between evil and good. A magical tale of wizards, warriors, and heroes. From the creator of Star Wars.
Courage, Willow.
And the director of Cocoon.
I am the greatest swordsman that ever lived.
Val Kilmer stars
You are great.
in the adventure of a lifetime.
Tomorrow night at 8 on Fox 23.
Don't miss the excitement when the MAC tournament returns to the Knickerbocker Arena March 1st through 4th. Tickets are on sale now.
When I'm not looking for a gift, buying necessities for my family or myself, there are so many places I can go. But at the same time, it's important for me to be able to do my shopping where I know I'll have a wide selection of goods at reasonable prices. It's also nice to be able to shop in a friendly atmosphere with the down-home feeling. That's why there's only one place I'll shop: Clifton Country Mall.
Get presidential values all month at your Empire Buick dealers. Every dealer has specials plus $500 factory discount on Skylark, $600 first-time buyer incentives, up to $2,000 option package rebates, or financing as low as 4.9% APR. Plus now, when you buy a new Buick LeSabre, Regal, or Park Avenue, and sign for 90 days of 9X cellular service at a participating Empire Buick dealer, you'll get a Motorola cellular phone at no additional cost. See Della, Goldstein, Mangino, Morris, New Country, Northway, or Topper.
We are back now live at the Arc, and for tonight's opening ceremonies, let's go across court to Bob Lawson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, Steve Downey, Tom Herter, and Marc Showbiz Brown play their last game in the Alumni Recreation Center and conclude their regular season as Siena College basketball players, as does team manager Mike Duran. This senior class accomplished many firsts at Siena, including invitations to the NIT in 1988, the NCAA's in 1989, which saw the stunning upset of 13th-ranked Stanford. Along the way, this group led Siena to its most wins in a season at the Division I level, 25, the college's only conference championship, the most wins over a 4-year period, 85 and counting, 2 nicknames, and a measles epidemic. Mike Duran has been on the Saints managerial staff for 3 seasons, and this year has functioned as Siena's head manager. Over his 3 seasons, Mike has been instrumental in orchestrating the behind-the-scenes tasks that help the program run smoothly. He's been in charge of equipment, videotaping, and has handled various aspects of team travel. Please join us now in honoring Mike Duran and his mother, Joanne Duran. Steve Downey has been the Saints' starting center since arriving at Siena 4 years ago from Oneonta. A 56% career field goal shooter, Steve has amassed over 600 points during his Siena career. Consistently among the team leaders in block shots, Steve leads the Saints this year with 48. At this time, we honor Steve Downey and his parents, Mrs. Susan Kipp and Mr. Michael Downey. Tom Herter has a better than 40% shooting percentage from three-point range. He has accounted for over 700 points in 4 years at Siena. His balanced game of scoring and rebounding has been a major factor in Siena's success the past 4 seasons. The Ballston Lake native made his presence known his freshman year, drawing key starting assignments, including Siena's NIT game against Boston College. As a sophomore, he was instrumental in Siena's upset over Pittsburgh by scoring 18 points and deflecting an inbounds pass that led to the winning basket. Tom has scored in double figures 33 times during his career. Please join us in honoring Tom Herter and his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Robert Herter. Ladies and gentlemen, Marc Showbiz Brown has done it all at Siena. He has led the Saints through its most successful 4-year era in their Division I history. Entering tonight's game, Showbiz holds or has tied 15 Siena records, including most assists in a career, most points in a season, and most points in a career. He is the only men's player in Siena history to score over 2,000 career points, and the only player to hand out over 700 assists. Showbiz has led Siena in scoring in 21 of its 29 games this season, including the last 10 straight, and has scored 30 or more points 6 times. The West Orange, New Jersey resident has excelled at the national level as well. He is only the third player in NCAA Division I history to score more than 2,000 points and account for over 750 assists. Through his career, Marc has garnered every conceivable honor. He has been a Conference Rookie of the Year, Tournament Most Valuable Player, First Team All-Conference twice, All-East twice, All-District 3 times, Honorable Mention All-America once, and started this season by being named to the Great Alaska Shootout All-Tournament team. His success has come against some of the best competition. During Showbiz's tenure, Siena has played 9 games against non-conference teams that made NCAA appearances, and he has averaged 21.8 points and 6.6 assists against that competition. He scored 32 against Stanford, 31 against Virginia, 30 against LaSalle, and a career high 38 against Canisius. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Marc and his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Charles Brown.
Okay, we got to get the table out of there now.
For the Stags of Fairfield University. At forward, a 6'4" freshman from New Britain, Connecticut. Number 22, Scott Sigilek. At forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Rochester, New York. Number 34, Drew Henderson. At center, a 6'6" senior from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Number 50, Harold Brantley. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore from Jersey City, New Jersey. Number 24, Kevin George. And at guard, a 6'1" freshman from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Number 32, Johnny Jones. The head coach of the Stags is Mitch Bonaguro. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for the Saints of Siena College. At forward, a 6'6" senior from Ballston Lake, New York. Number 10, co-captain Tom Herter. At forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Buffalo, New York. Number 33, Lee Matthews. At center, a 7-foot senior from Oneonta, New York. Number 34, Steve Downey. Guard, a 6'3" junior from Marshall, Michigan. Number 12, Bruce Schroeder. And at guard, a 5'11" senior from West Orange, New Jersey. Number 4, co-captain Marc Brown. The head coach of the Saints, Mike Dean, assisted by Champagne Bob Byer, Brad McAllister.
Okay, a very emotional ceremony for a good-sized crowd. In fact, just about a packed house here tonight at Siena. Traditional, honoring the seniors and their families. And certainly hope you enjoyed it. This, of course, the final game to be played in the ARC this year, regardless of outcome.
Very nice the way they brought the parents into that ceremony for the seniors, John. Parents have anguished through these 4 years. There's been some highs, but there's also some lows.
Many more highs than lows. There's our starting lineup that you can see on the screen. Fairfield, a very good rebounding team, not a good shooting team. Siena, a great shooting team, who seem to be getting better with each passing game. Mitch Buonaguro, the coach of Fairfield, and of course Mike Dean for Siena. Opening tip goes Siena's way. Fairfield opens in a man-for-man. Marc Brown goes to Schroeder. Check the matchups. Downey against Henderson. Downey with the move down the lane. Wild shot. Rebound by Henderson. Henderson, the leading rebounder in this conference.
It's a good-looking sophomore, John. Good rebounder.
Needs some skills on the offensive end, but he can be a great player in this league if he develops some offense. Brantley with the throwaway. And off Jones.
Well, speaking of Henderson, when you're almost one of the top 10 rebounders in your school history and you're only in your second year, it tells you something.
Well, from all reports, Barry, it came down to Siena or Fairfield, too. Siena was very much involved with that kid.
And he's the type of player that Siena could really use. Doesn't look to score that much, but just a great rebounder.
Good defensive play inside by Kevin George, tied up Schroeder, and of course the arrow goes the other way.
Well, Fairfield very physical inside. They're holding their position.
Fairfield, a young club with a couple of freshmen starting. You don't find freshmen starting on the Division I level too often. And they have two of them in Scott Sidolek, as well as their second leading scorer, Johnny Jones. This is Sidolek with the ball. Back out to George. Right-sided Jones. Then opens the matchup. Brantley, a strong low-post player, but really doesn't have offensive skill. Gets to the line a lot. Over 700 free throws in his career, and he shoots them exactly right around 50%. Good knocked away by Herder, but Sidolek runs it down.
Shot clock down to 5.
Good reach around by Marc Brown, and a foul can be called. Herder was impeded by Jones.
Yeah, that's a good call right there. Fairfield just a little two-paced at that time. Siena toughened up the D. Results in a turnover.
Siena's certainly going to pack it in for this game because Fairfield's the worst three-point and the worst foul-shooting team in the league.
Now, this club just is not a good shooting club at all. They try to beat you with defense and good interior rebounding. Here's Schroeder inside, gets the layup.
Siena comes with the full-court press, trying to force Fairfield into the up-tempo.
Sidolek in a trap. Gets it out to George. Fairfield will take their time. Shot clock no longer on top of the basket. They're down at the floor level in the corners. You can see it right there, right alongside the official. Extreme left of your screen.
Very important for Fairfield to hit a couple outside jumpers early.
Sidolek with a nice move down the lane. He's a very good athlete. Out of New Britain, averaging 10 points a game. Game tied at 2. Marc Brown down the lane. Oh, Lord! What a way to start out your last game in this building. Kevin George responds in kind going down the lane, and Siena did not help out well behind. He'll shoot a pair.
Well, Marc Brown has been playing so well, John. In the last 10 games or so, he's been pouring them through. He's on a roll, and he's continuing tonight, starting off with that scoop of a drive.
He makes 3 or 4 plays a ball game that are really highlight material. Most guys don't make those plays in a season. He seems to make them 3 or 4 times a night.
Fairfield for the year at the foul line, not, to put it mildly, not a good free throw shooting club. George misses them both.
Look like me in the alumni game.
Believe it or not, 54% is what they shoot at the free throw line. That's really hard to believe. Herder nearly traveled.
Well, that time Fairfield stayed man for man, and when Marc Brown tried to penetrate, they doubled up on him.
Good entry pass to Matthews. Leads a short jumper. Good. 6-2, Saints by 4. And again, come with the full court pressure after a made basket. Henderson with the jumper from 15, in and out. Matthews controls the board. Boy, he's been on a tear on the board of late, too. Here's Marc Brown for 3. Got it. 9-2 quickly, and Fairfield wants a timeout. Timeout on the court. Siena leads Fairfield 9-2. You're watching Siena basketball on Fox 23.
On the next exciting episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, imagine waking up in a mysterious future.
Data, I haven't remembered a day for the last 16 years.
Where time has altered the crew's destiny.
Perhaps it would be best if we discuss this.
Shut up! Is it a Romulan trap to sabotage the Enterprise?
Shall we end this charade?
Or an endless nightmare with no escape? Find out on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Wednesday night at 8 on Fox 23.
Gentiles Flooring is hosting the most colorful sale of the year. It's the Stevens Color Your Home sale, and it's going on now. Brighten up your home with luxurious Stevens signature carpets. Choose from thousands of brilliant colors in carefree textures, plush cut piles, and beautiful sculpted and Berber styles. And get the customer satisfaction guarantee only a signature dealer can offer. Come in for the best prices of the year during the Color Your Home sale, only at Gentiles Flooring, 1100 Central Avenue, Albany.
Here's a look at the officials working tonight's game. Left to right, John Hughes, Tom Lopez, who's a big fan of Barry Kramer's, and Bob Madigan.
Yeah, former St. John's guy who watched some games in New York City.
Told me he snuck in to see Barry Kramer play. Boy, that's impressive. But what can we say about Marc Brown? Just electric.
Yeah,
when you're hot, you're hot. He is really got it going right now.
I mean, everybody's talked about his game for 3.5 years here, and yet what he's done the last half of this season has just been unbelievable. Blocked by Downey, rebound Matthews, and Marc Brown. Oh, Lord! Oh, my God!
Unbelievable.
Wow.
There's tonight's highlights.
And he's going to make it happen tonight. This is his last home game, and he's going to let it all hang out.
He's already given his 3. Fairfield looks to be rattled. Ball flops around. Off the back, inside of Kevin George, and here comes Mark back the other way again.
Fairfield stayed in the locker room during the presentation of the seniors, and I think they should have stayed in a little longer.
Well, they need to put a couple more guys on Marc Brown.
There's Mark off the double screen. Spinning head, nothing. Gives it up. Now they go down, and his shot rejected by Henderson.
Well, Henderson with a couple nice defensive plays against Downey.
There's a bomb from outside, air ball by George. And Mitch Bonaguro is beside himself already on the Fairfield bench.
You know, the two players that I can remember the last 10 or 15 years that really electrified this Siena crowd, Michael Catino, who was in a transitional period from Division II to Division I, and Marc Brown. They're both amazing.
Craig Martin is checked into the lineup for the Stags. There's a pass for Matthews. Couldn't convert. Siena likes that play.
Excellent defense by Craig Martin there. Good position.
Yeah, because Matthews was up on that play.
Looked like they knew that was coming.
Matthews has played well of late. He's played very well, rebounded well. I think he's averaging over 10 or 11 a game.
He had 3 games, Barry, where he pulled down 40 rebounds, 3 games in a row before the Manhattan game. He only got 5 Saturday against Manhattan, but he has been a terror on the boards.
He has been a force. Going back a few games back when he played against the LaSalle team early on and got no points and very few rebounds, and ever since then he's been doing so well.
Fairfield really needs an answer this trip.
Jones squeezes one off inside. Henderson with the putback can't get it down. His club just can't shoot it. Henderson finally gets it.
Good determination by Henderson on the boards.
There's a bump before the shot. Brown was fouled.
It's a difficult situation for a young team. Fairfield is a young team. With due respect to them, the only guy I think is a senior on this club is Brantley. They've got a couple freshmen, a couple sophomores, and they can be intimidated very easily in this type of an atmosphere.
Well, if anybody intimidates Henderson, I'd like to see it.
It's tough though when you come on the road. Fairfield comes in at 9-18, 4-11 in conference play, and They're playing against one of the league's best here tonight, and you come in the building for the last home game, and the crowd is into it because of the pregame ceremonies, and to fall behind 11-2 is really tough. Excellent rejection by Brantley on Matthews.
Well, they're holding their own down in the paint.
Yeah, Siena's inside game has not been effective yet. Siddalek loses control, but it goes right to Brantley. Marc Brown knocks it away and controls it. He heads down. He passes a little bit behind Steve.
Yeah, that's a tough pass there. A little too much zip on it.
I know this Fairfield's not a good shooting team, but you got to take 10-footers, don't you? You can't try to get it 3 feet away.
Throw a few up. They might go in.
That was my philosophy. And I know it's yours. How many did you get in the alumni game?
2. 1 for 26. I was on fire.
Todd Holland in for Fairfield and Grzoulis for Siena. This is Holland with the ball, pinned in by Grzoulis. Blocked by Matthews, easily out of the air against Johnny Jones. Marc Brown tries a home run, can't get it. And Henderson with another rebound.
Again, Fairfield's going to have to stick the outside jumper. There's just no room in the middle of the defense.
Into Holland, turnaround Jay, no good. Herter, good position for the rebound. There's a foul on Schroeder's way to the hoop. He was hand checked.
I thought that hand checking was legal.
There's Mike Dean. Been a tremendous year for Siena, bouncing back after an off year of a year ago. They really have come back strong this year.
Well, they bounced back really in the last, I don't know, 10 games or so, John. I read what Mike Dean said in the paper. He said he didn't expect them to have this kind of a year. But they have really come on. The chemistry seems to be there right now where it wasn't early on in the year.
And they struggled through mid-season, but I think the biggest game of the year was the Iona game on the road. Really a big win, and that's carried them.
Michael Brown with the finger roll. He just checked in for Herter. Didn't take him long to get on the board.
Knows where the basket is.
He'll take that 10-footer.
Definitely will. He'll make it, too.
And look for Michael Brown to have a huge senior season next year.
Something interesting. Siena's recruited 3 kids 6'6" or bigger for next year. No pure guards, so to speak. Of course, the way Benneman's come on, he's going to get a lot of time next year.
Yeah, he's played excellent ball over the last 5 or 6 games. But Fairfield, again, not even looking for the outside shot.
Benneman's going to get better, and Matthews is going to get better. They're going to have a good team next year.
Excellent defense there by Matthews. Forced a terrible shot by Jones. Mike Brown with the rebound in traffic. Mark with another scintillating drive.
Well, he's already got 4 for the highlight film.
Appropriately named. I mean, it seems like 70% of his baskets are highlight material.
I think it's about time to take Marc Brown out and save him for the Max 30.
Here's Holland trying to go. Jumper way off the mark. Not even close, but he does run down his own rebound.
Well, this is where coaching comes in. Fairfield's being blown out of here, and they've got to have some poise. And I think the coach has got to make it clear to them that the game is far from over.
Here's Henderson. Kicks it out for 3 for Jones. No good. Oh, and that club takes a 3. They're doing you a big favor. But they get another rebound. Sort of like bounced it off their teammate's leg.
Well, Siena very aggressive on defense. And, of course, with Fairfield really reluctant to take that outside shot, Siena is really coming up and challenging.
You just got to look at a coach that's got to be on the hot seat. Fairfield has done nothing but go downhill since Mitch Buonagaro has been there.
And they have an excellent basketball tradition. I've seen some great Fairfield teams in past years.
Well, when he got there 6 years ago, he inherited a ball club, and they won the league championship, and they went on and won the postseason tournament to get the NCAA bid. The next year, they finished 7th, and yet had a great tournament. Hook shot by Downey, no good. Grzoulis stepped on the inline. They finished 7th in the regular season. They dropped off tremendously, got it together in postseason, and again had back-to-back NCAA appearances. But from that point on, in the last 4 years, Mitch Buonagaro's record here with his players that he's recruited is 34-78. That's just not getting it done. It's a reach-in foul from behind on Brown, and Holland will go to the line. It would appear as if the two coaches in this league in the most difficulty would both be former assistants to Raleigh Massimino. Marty Marr back up at Canisius, who has clinched last place in this league at 3-13, and Guanagaro here at Fairfield.
Is that an indication of not learning much under Raleigh?
Well, I know when they got the job, of course, it was considered a very positive reflection on Raleigh, but neither one has really done much with the chances they've had. That's the first free throw I think Fairfield's had in the cylinder out of 4 free throws. 15-5, Saints lead it by 10.
Fairfield continues man for man.
Fairfield scored 5 points in the opening quarter of this game. Here's Downey with a 17-footer, got it.
And the other one's a little too close for Steve. Move it out.
He feels comfortable out there. Right now, exactly 10 minutes remaining in the half, and Fairfield has 5 points. Blocked by Downey on Holland. Downey saves it in, but it comes back out to Sikala. Steve's already had, I believe, 3 blocks.
Well, of course, he leads the MAC in block shots. And for Siena to be effective, Downey really only has to score 8 or 10 points, but be a force in the middle, rebound and block the shots.
There's no question he can dominate this kind of a game. Both ends of court.
Entry pass knocked away by Herter. Marc Brown has it. Oh, no. That would have been unfair.
And that's very close to an intentional foul.
It looked as if Mark had no way to split that many people. It looked like there were 3 Fairfield defenders, and normally, of course, you can run fast without the ball, then when you have to dribble.
You know what he did here, John? Look at him. He threw the ball between these 2 guys to get, and then caught up with it.
Well, that was
a tremendous play.
Well, you know, it's one thing if you slap down, but it looked like the defender almost tried to pull him, you know, held on and tried to pull him down. I guess at this stage of the game, 2 shots is enough.
That is the way. That is the way to speed dribble, though, Kevin, is to get that ball out in front of you and catch up with the ball.
I was just happy if I could control it. What about speed dribble?
Gentlemen, I feel a 40-point game here tonight. We'll find out when we come back. Of course, 9:26 to go in the opening half. Siena putting it to Fairfield 19-5, and this is Siena basketball on Fox 23.
The New York State Lottery presents tonight's daily number and win for drawing. The winning numbers will be selected automatically from left to right, just as they appear on your ticket. Tonight's drawing is conducted and supervised by the New York State Lottery under the observation of an independent auditor from Coopers and Lybrad.
Good evening. I'm Furman Espinoza, and now for today, Monday, February 25th, 1991. It's time for the daily number. The first ball up is 2, and the next is 4, and the last is 3. That makes today's daily number 243. And here's Annette Collins with tonight's Win 4 number.
Thank you, Furman. And don't forget, Wednesday's Lotto jackpot is over $9 million, including annuity interest. And now for tonight's Win 4 number, the first ball up is 7. The next is 2. The next is 2. And the last is 5. That makes the Win 4 number 7225. Congratulations to all you winners.
Would you like to know why they call him showbiz? I mean, that's hard to do by yourself in the playground.
Look, right. Barry Kramer can explain all that. You know, we can be here all night until next week, and I can practice. Never happened. Got to be able to move.
Well, when you've got a defender right alongside him, you still do it. That is amazing.
I thought they should have tripped him there. That was the only way to stop him.
You grab him by the shirt. That's the only way to defend it.
Mark has 11 of Siena's 19 as the Saints have opened up a 14-point edge here midway through the first half.
And Siena will continue in the zone with the lack of outside shooting.
There's Henderson with another flying off the rim. Boy, I'll tell you this. We said they couldn't shoot, but this is absurd. There's a block by Henderson on Downey.
And Henderson's the type of guy who really is just an inside player, strictly a garbage guy, can get the rebounds. He's not a great scorer, and this team, unfortunately, needs him to score.
He's a complimentary player. Right. He's a good one, but he's with the wrong club.
Marc Brown with a 2-shot attempt, no good.
I think Mark wants to go for that 40-point record tonight. You know, and I think he could get it, depending on how the tempo of this game goes.
For the record, Fairfield for the year is shooting from the field 43.5. Now, that's not three-pointers. That is regulation shooting.
And they've done nothing to hurt that here tonight.
They've made two. I know one was a point-blank putback by Henderson.
There we go. I'll get it back in it.
He's a good-looking player, Situlik. He's a good shooter, 6'4", jumper, and he's only a freshman.
And he's got their only two baskets. Here's Mark for a three.
Marc Brown with a quick answer. Makes him so tough. You really have to give ground because he's so fast. Then he can pull up and hit the three, and there we saw a 10-second violation.
Got one right. 22-8. Yes, Fairfield has 8 points. We have 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Downey with a tough shot, gets the roll.
Boy, great defense by Henderson, but Downey with the kind roll.
Back up the bus.
One of those nights.
Siena right now is just playing awesome basketball. You know, if you go back 2 years when they had the superb season, I don't recall them ever playing as well as they have the last 7.5 ball games.
I would agree. I think they're really on a roll. I said earlier, the chemistry's there. They're getting along well now. There's a rapport between them and Mike Dean, and they're peaking at the exact right time.
It's amazing, but Marc Brown has raised his level of play, and I think he's raised the players around him also. He's getting the inside guys more involved, and that's scary.
That has helped a lot.
Another three, this time by Craig Martin.
Fairfield with 2 big three-pointers.
They're getting hot. Drive down the lane. Mark threw the left arm a little bit there.
You know, I was talking to this official, Tom Lopez, before the game. How do these guys, I wonder, adjust themselves when just a few nights ago he was officiating? Well, see here, Marc Brown makes a good move to the basket. Looked like a little push-off there, but didn't get called.
Yeah, because the defender went straight up.
Well, the first guy held him, and then he slapped at him, so...
And I was saying Lopez was officiating a game with Shaquille O'Neal, then he's officiating a game with Kentucky, then he's up officiating a game with Fairfield playing. And I would imagine it's difficult to be consistent at these different levels of play.
You hit him down low, that's a foul.
That's right.
No, I think you're right, Barry. Because certainly some of those teams much more athletic, and the size of the guys and the things that they can do at 6'10" and 11 are scary.
I'll tell you, this is just an opinion, but I think college basketball officiating has come a long, long way in the last 5 or 10 years. I think it's great right now. Sikulak with a line drive.
I have to agree with that, John. With the 3 official system has really helped a lot.
Yep.
Well, this broadcast crew has got on Fairfield shooting, and they quickly hit 3 three-pointers. There's a nice hoop by Betterman.
But they're not stopping anybody at the other end right now. You notice that Bonagero is not taking Sikulak out of the game.
I would never take that kid out of the game.
Good move down the lane by
the only shooter they got.
Johnny Jones, his first hoop of the night. Here's Brown isolated for a 3. Oh.
Has he got 40 yet?
I'm not even going to make a comment.
Boy, he's pouring them through.
I believe he has 19. It's going to be tough to keep tallying here. I believe he's got 19 right now.
He has been amazing.
And supposedly he's hurting right now. Some back injuries and a knee injury. He's got a wrap on that left knee. He's hurt. Let's go out and get hurt.
I'm not kidding.
Here's Jones for a 3. Air ball. Rebound. Sikulak had it. Knocked away by Schroeder. And Siena will get it.
Substitution. Steve Downey for Anthony Grizzoulis.
Downey back in for Grizzoulis now.
There's a look at Mitch Bonagero. I really don't know what you say. I mean, you're backing up, protecting the paint against Marc Brown. He pulls up and drills a 3.
You said it during the first time out. Back up the bus.
Now they're running double screens to get him open. Oh, that's all I need.
It's tough enough when the guy's able to do it on his own.
Well, the added dimension in his game, I think, is his shooting has improved to such a degree that now he can stick it from almost anywhere.
And he's really improved decision-making, too. He's much more patient.
Yeah, he's taking a good shot now. Off glass.
I'm out of here.
This is remarkable.
Marc Brown on a roll.
He has 21 first-half points. We've got 5:15 to go in the opening period of play. Here's a steal by Brenneman. Here's a 2-on-1.
If he does it. There's not enough timeouts for Fairfield in this one.
Well, we're going to get a TV timeout the next whistle anyway. I would hope Wanagirl knows that. He's down by 19. And here's another steal. And here comes Marc Brown.
Let's enjoy the show.
Boy, is he having fun. The way this one's going, I might get some run here.
Henderson's been fouled by Downey, and that will get us the timeout that Coach Wanagirl needs so terribly badly on the opposite side of the court. He has been waiting for that, believe you me. We have 4:38 remaining in the opening half. Marc Brown leads Fairfield, and so does Siena, 37-16. You're watching Siena basketball on Fox 23.
Callers 1 through 20 at 476 WXXA will receive 2 tickets for the opening night game of the MAC tournament, courtesy of Fox 23 and Subway.
Recession-proof savings at Central Nissan, dollar days, $159.90 per month, $159.90 down. Buys this brand new 1990 Nissan Sentra XE 4-door.
Kex Coffee Store. Kex is better than the best. Why? Kex has the people for sales, service, and support. Your organization will run smoother with Canon NP and CLC copiers. From reliable desktop models to the latest in color copying technology, Canon NP and CLC are unsurpassed. See what Canon and Kex can do for you today with great performance, price, and superior quality. Kex Coffee Store. Better than the best.
Alf is joining the psychiatric community.
Carl Jung was a big weenie hit.
On the next Alf. Tomorrow at 5 on Fox 23.
There's your score. Marc Brown has 23 of those 37 Siena first-half points, and he is putting on a clinic here tonight at the Arc.
We know that the key for any team to stay with Siena is to be able to defend Marc Brown. The teams that have given him Siena some trouble, teams like Iona, have been able to put somewhat of a clamp on him through some portion of the game. But when he has the discretion to do what he's doing tonight, Siena is literally unstoppable.
Mike Dean surprised me today when he told me the one team he does not want to play in the tournament is St. Peter's. And it's strictly based on matchups. He said Marvin Andrews does a better job of matching up against Marc Brown than any defensive player in the conference.
Well, St. Peter's really does an excellent job man for man. They're a tough defensive team.
And Andrews is a strong 6'3" who can jump and is very quick. A very unusual amount of talent in that body he possesses.
Well, Marc Brown, again, has been playing with so much confidence. I don't know if anyone will stop him.
Lee Matthews waited for the double down there. It wasn't there, and Brantley with the block. This is Henderson back to Sikowik. Rise baseline, blocked by Downey.
Downey with 4 blocks.
Sikowik has half of Fairfield's 16 points, including a couple of outside shots.
Downey's all over the place. He came a long distance to block that shot.
Steve was not known as a shot blocker his first couple of years here, and I think he's gotten to enjoy the notoriety that it brings. There's a travel by Jones, rather flagrant.
Well, it's really a matter of not losing your attention on what the other 5 players are, on what all 5 players are doing. Instead of focusing on your one man, you're looking to help out. Now he's doing that. He's looking to help out.
Of course, when Downey first got here, the club had a premier shot blocker in Monty Henderson. Coach Wanagirl wants to know, how did you pick my guy? 2 guys are leaning on each other. You blow the whistle. I've always been intrigued by that call.
Yeah, that was close, because Schroeder really used his right arm to clear out.
Schroeder checks out, now replaced by Herder. Mark off the screen. Good entry pass to Herder. Ball back jumper.
Excellent pass. Excellent pass. Put it away from the defender. Actually turned Herder into that shot on the baseline.
Good job by Tommy holding his position down low. Fairfield has played excellent defense down in the paint.
They have, and that's why Siena's still got to move the ball and look for the open man and not be lulled into a false security with this game.
Well, the one real problem Fairfield has is they can't score with Siena.
There's Henderson being rejected by Matthews. Here's Bennerman playing against people from his home state. He'll pull up with a J. Boy, that kid gaining confidence.
Yeah, he's been impressive.
That was one of the toughest shots he's taken all year. Probably not a high percentage shot.
Well, he struggled the first 6 or 8 games with that shooting touch, but over the last 10 games, he's been dynamite.
Fairfield can't exactly run an offense. Look for a great shot. You're down 25. Siena on a 13-0 run right now. Satuic from outside. Can't get the roll, but the putback is missed by Brantley at point-blank range.
Well, that's sad.
Well, good hustle by Brantley. Just couldn't convert it.
Little body there put on Marc Brown. Can't get the roll. Ball stayed in the ring for a long time.
The crowd squeezing for every pass.
Trying to push it back in. Entry pass inside. Brantley gets the little hook in. His first points.
Well, good defense that time. Kevin George.
Now he's holding Brown.
Well, again, they're running him off the screens.
The George is first. Team's 6th, I believe. Now let's check that 7th. Be a 1-on-1.
Kevin George is first personal. 7th.
We're going to see Michael Brown come in from Marc Brown after the free throws.
Mike might get booed. Crowd would love to see Mark at the 40 mark tonight. He's got 24 already. What a performance to cap off a water performance career.
Splendid.
25. Listen to the crowd.
And he has not forced the issue at all, John. He does let the game come to him more and more these days, and the points come in bushel baskets.
Andy Shorkey gets his first action tonight. 43-18. Saints by 25. Here's Jones, bumped by Shorkey, no call. Henderson can't control the rebound. Schroeder throws it deep into the backcourt.
Excellent play there by Schroeder. Siena got away with a foul there.
Yeah, it looks as if Shorkey committed one.
And at this point, that's something Fairfield desperately could use.
George with the three-point attempt. And the crowd calls it air ball. Henderson off the glass, can't get it home, but he's been fouled on the shot.
Again, good hustling play by Henderson on that offensive glass.
He averages over 11 rebounds a game, and the only other player in this league that averages better than 10 is the kid Clifford up at Niagara. Boy, he is some rebounder, too.
Boy, rebounded 11 times a game. That's hard work.
Both only sophomores, too, but look at that shot.
Well, it's especially difficult for a kid like this one. He's got to do it all himself on the boards. This is a small team. Brantley is a small player, even though he plays inside. Henderson's the only guy with any size whatsoever.
Wow. Club now 1 for 6 at the line. Here's Herter. A little bit too deep. Rebound Brantley. Got a minute to go in the opening half. There's your clock in the lower part of your screen. Brantley with a short hook and scores.
And Brantley's had a splendid career at Fairfield. Scored over 1,000 points.
Schroeder will try glass. No. Rebound Shorkey. Blocked from behind. Schroeder throws it toward the backcourt. Mike Brown with the reception.
Schroeder's getting good at that pass.
There's a travel called on Bruce. He started his move. Good look right there, Bruce Schroeder. Had a phenomenal sophomore year. This year started out well when the club had the midseason slump. Of course, he was a big part of it. Had some public disagreements with the coaching staff. Was sat down for virtually the entirety of the Loyola game, and that's when Siena's troubles began in the mid part of the year.
And he's come on strong. Good thing that you look at Mark Jackson, the NBA, fined $40,000 for having a disagreement with the coach.
Here goes Brantley with the left hand this time. No good. Rebound Herter. We've got 5 seconds. Got to hurry. Got a chance for a shot for Mike Brown. It'll count it. No, they waved it off. No basket. I didn't hear the horn. Never did hear the horn. But at the half, a very impressive one, of course, for Siena. The final at the half, 43-20. We'll be back with our halftime show in just a moment. Oh, I'm sorry. We've got to go to Kevin McGraw standing by with his analysis of the first half.
Hey, certainly the brilliance of Marc Brown. He's done it from outside. He's done it from inside. He's been probably the most influential player in the last 20 years here at Siena. Enabled Siena to win an NIT game, to go to the NCAAs, and that's what they'll be looking to do this weekend. Marc Brown, a splendid performance. Fairfield, really a lack of outside shooting, and thus they trail it by 23. And we'll be back with more halftime activities after these messages.
He's my brother. He's schizophrenic. Something wrong with his brain. You can't expect your brother to be normal. Whatever that may be.
You're going to take it?
I've got to take it. I promised Mom.
Winner of 5 Emmy Awards, including Best Lead Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and Outstanding Drama Special.
You promised, Mama. You told her you would always take care of me.
Promise.
I love you, PJ. You're my brother.
Wednesday night at 9 on Fox 23.
Save your money or spend it. Financial decisions are no longer that simple. In today's complex world, managing your assets requires more. Albany Savings Bank has been a part of good financial decisions since 1820. Our products, services, and experience combine to make us stronger than ever, and leadership will continue to be our trademark. The area's banking and financial center, Albany Savings Bank. We're more than a bank.
Subway bakes my bread up fresh, and that's my way. My way. I get a combo seafood club the best way. My way. Subway. My sub in front of me, just the way it ought to be. It's fresh, it's hot, I know I got it. My way. Subway. My way. Subway.
Take home a sub with fresh, delicious seafood or cold cuts and be a hero.
Celebrate President's Day this month at Schenectady Hardware and Electric and save on all Casablanca paddle fans. The selection of energy-efficient Casablanca fans has never been better. You'll find that Casablanca fans are designed to last and add beauty to any room. There's one certain to be just perfect for your home. If you've been thinking about buying a paddle fan, stop by and choose from the area's largest selection of Casablanca fans, now drastically reduced during Schenectady Hardware and Electric's President's Day sale.
It has certainly been a fabulous year, really to cap off a fabulous 5 years of coaching for Mike Dean here at Siena College, having 102 wins in his first 5 years, and he's not finished with year number 5 yet. And prior to the start of tonight's game, our own Kevin McGraw spoke to Coach Mike Dean.
Coach, your first recruiting class coming to a close must be a proud moment for you.
Well, it's bittersweet, Kevin, I think. Obviously, they've accomplished a great deal. All 3 of them have been instrumental in the success of the program over my tenure here, and at the same time, I'm certainly sad that they're going to be moving on, but hopeful that, you know, Mark and Stephen have a chance perhaps to continue their careers at another level. And the nice thing is that Tommy and Mark will graduate on time. Stephen has 1 semester remaining, but I'm sure he'll get that done. If playing doesn't interrupt it, he'll get it done next September. I'm very proud of these guys.
We spoke a few weeks ago. The team was kind of up and down. Right now, they seem to be coming together.
Well, the last 7 games, we've played very good basketball, and Mark has played phenomenal basketball and done exactly what you'd like your senior co-captain to do, lift his game in almost every aspect of the game. And, you know, I just hope we can continue momentum-wise tonight against Fairfield and hope that we can put on a good show in the tournament at the Knickerbocker Arena.
Of course, the tournament coming up. What will be your schedule? Will you give the kids any days off, or will you go right into it?
No, we'll take Tuesday and probably Wednesday off. Practice Thursday, practice Friday, and then get ready to play Saturday. And we won't practice more than an hour on either one of those 2 days. Practice right now is a difficult thing to get through. They need to play games, and I'm kind of glad. I was talking with Coach Monegaro that we're playing this game later on in the season. There are a lot of teams that ended on Saturday. There's too much time between that last game and the tournament, and yet I think our guys will enjoy a day or 2 off.
You've given them some days off as the season has gone on. How do you think your team is coming into the MAC tournament?
Well, I think we got a lot of bounce left and a lot of energy left. I really believe that you really decrease your practice time and keep the guys off the floor except for game situations, and you try to make the little bit of time you have very positive, and you try to keep the guys concentrating. We're almost down to 45 minutes a workout now, and I think that's helped save some life for the last remaining games.
Who do you think will be the tough teams to beat in the MAC?
Well, I think you just look at the standings and that says it all, but I don't think there's an easy club in the league, and I think that you know, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see if there see some upsets in the first round, and I just hope that it's not us. I've been on that end of the situation when we lost to New Hampshire after winning the league championship, and anything can happen in a single elimination tournament. That's why I'm pleased that the guys really pulled together, and I think we've left ourselves in very good stead with the NIT if we do fall short in the MAC tournament, and hopefully put ourselves in a position for a home game in the NIT if that happens.
Should be a great MAC coming up, though.
I really think the people would be, they'd be disappointed if they didn't show up, because this is the most balanced perhaps maybe the league ever will be. And there are certainly some great players in Sean Green and Doug Overton and, you know, Marc Brown. And I think it's an opportunity for them to see some real great college basketball.
Well, best of luck.
Thanks, Kevin.
Siena coach Mike Bean, now back to John. Seems like the year was just beginning, and here we are winding it down. There's our halftime score. Siena on top big, 43-20 over Fairfield. And we'll be back with more of our halftime program in just a moment.
Callers 1 through 20 at 476 WXXA will receive 2 tickets for the opening night game of the MAC tournament, courtesy of Fox 23 and Subway.
Don't miss the excitement when the MAC tournament returns to the Knickerbocker Arena March 1st through 4th. Tickets are on sale now.
You put that guilt trip on me because I did what you was never able to do.
For a father who needs him.
I'm still hurting, son.
For the woman who loves him.
I needed you, and you left.
For the boy who believes in you.
What do you want?
I want to ride bulls, like you do.
H.D. Dalton.
I'm going to go after that big money.
Is about to face the challenge of a lifetime.
Let's go.
My heroes have always been cowboys. Rated PG. Starts Friday, March 1st at a theater near you.
Jean-Luc, shorty specs, mysteries on the holodecks, asteroids, triple droids, telepathic betazoids, transporter, deadly claw, visitor from L.A. Law, photons, no Kirk, captain has gone berserk, shuttlecraft, Council Troy, Dr. Crusher's little boy, Klingon rights, parasites, new heights, phaser fights, Data's head, Tasha's dead, Riker's hanging by a thread, celebration, transformations, everyone's to battle station. Start the series. It's the next generation on your favorite station. We didn't start the series, but when we are gone, it'll still be on. We didn't start the series. It's the next generation on your favorite station. We didn't start the series.
To be part of the success, of course, here at Siena College has got to make some parents awfully proud. And standing by right now with Kevin McGraw, Charlie Brown and Bob Herter. Kevin?
Okay, thank you, John. Indeed a pleasure here tonight at halftime. We've done something different. We have a few of the parents from some of our departing seniors, Charlie Brown and Bob Herter. First, Bob, I know you logged a lot of miles. You've been to many games. How many have you missed?
Probably 3 or 4 that I can remember over the 4-year period.
That's tremendous. I know that's a great support to Tommy.
Oh, it has been. And I really, you know, I'm glad that I had Tommy to look after and go to the games. I mean, he provided us with a tremendous 4 years.
Of course, Tommy, one of the local players here from right up Burn Hills. Do you think that's added any extra pressure to perform down here?
Now, the early year, yes, maybe, first year. But after Tommy got in here and he's part of the Siena community, it's just like going away 150, 200 miles away or 1,000 miles away. I don't think after that there was any pressure. But the first year, yes.
Of course, they've done some exciting things. They've been to NIT. They've been to the NCAAs. and who knows what's going to happen this year.
Well, we want to get there this year. I hope we have a lot more games. This is a sad thing, but yet we still have games to look forward to. So this is the last game here at the Arc, but we're hoping for a lot more games.
Now we're going to switch it over to Charlie Brown. I was talking to Barry Kramer before the game, and he said that you were a better player than Marc Brown. After what I've seen in the first half, I can't believe that.
No, I don't consider myself a better player than Marc. You know, he's a great player in his own right, and I was a fairly good player. But, you know, being a good player and being a coach and having the opportunity to come and see your son play, especially the way he's playing, well, it's been just exciting 4 years for me here at Siena.
You've coached a long time. I'm sure you had a lot to do with Marc choosing Siena. Did you ever in your wildest dreams think that he would perform this well?
You know, I knew Marc would be a hell of a college basketball player. As far as 2,000 points, 750 assists, no. In fact, Marc and I both talked about it the other day, and he said himself, he said, you know, Dad, he said, when I first came to Siena, I had no idea that, you know, I would play this well, but I'm just happy that he has played this well.
I think, and I've told you this off camera, but I think in the last 20 years, the best player ever to play at Siena.
Well, thank you. I haven't seen the other players here at Siena, but I know he has to be one of the best anyway, if not the best.
Well, thank you very much, Charlie Brown and Bob Herter, for joining me. Now, let's send it back to John Graney.
A lot of justifiable parental pride there shown by both men. We're going to be back with some final thoughts in our halftime program in just a moment.
This week is going to be big. We've got big names, big laughs, and big fun.
Hear big sounds from new kids on the block. Dizzy Gillespie, Julio Iglesias, and Alyssa Fiorillo. See Hollywood bigwigs, Michael J. Fox, Gary Busey, and Woody Harrelson. Then slam dunk with NBA big shots, Tom Chambers, Cotton Fitzsimmons, and Akeem Olajuwon.
It all starts off with Malcolm Jamal Warner, Maria Shriver, and the OJs on the next Arsenio Hall Show.
Tonight at 11 on WXXA Fox 23.
Just when you need it most, get help from your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. You need low financing, rebates, super trade-in values, and low monthly payments? You got it. You need a great cash deal? You got it. Your Chrysler Plymouth dealers are ready to do whatever it takes to put you in the car of your dreams. With 770 protection and driver's airbags, we've got everything you need. So don't miss this opportunity, because now you have all the advantages except time. See Armory, Izos, Terry, Evergreen, Goldstein, or Marshalls.
These days, you have to look at things a little differently.
A little differently.
At First American, I mean, it's no time.
It's no time.
For a low-yield savings account.
Where your money's not earning as much as it should.
Which is why, if you're smart.
Smart.
You put your money into a high-yield savings account.
At First American Bank.
Because with high yields, you make more. Quite a bit more money on your savings, plus...
You can get free checks. I mean, at First American, we know you're looking for different answers.
Answers. Different answers for different times.
Hi, I'm Joe Hennessy for the Collector's Den. Have you recently thought about entering the hobby of collecting, but you're a little bit intimidated by it all? Or are you already a collector looking to expand your collection? If so, then why not stop by the Collector's Den? For the first-time hobbyists, we'll try to give you some direction, tell you what to buy and what not to buy so you're not just wasting your money. For you veteran hobby enthusiasts, we offer a complete line of sports cards, memorabilia, rare coins, and supplies with layaway and gift certificates available. The Collector's Den, located at 728A New Loudon Road in Latham. Just look for the Green Monster.
We come back to the Arc. This is John Graney along with Barry Kramer and Kevin McGraw providing you Siena basketball here on TV 23. And let's take a look at some of the stats from a very memorable first half from Siena's point of view. You can see the shooting problems right there accentuated on behalf of the Stags. They shot 8 for 30. Now, to put that in perspective, that comes out obviously to 26.7%. And even unguarded at the foul line, 1 for 6 for 16.7%. And to put that whole thing in perspective, they took 30 shots in the first half and scored 20 points. Marc Brown took 11 shots for Siena, 11 of those 29, and he has 25 points in the first half. Siena leads it 43-30, and it's just been a remarkable first half for Siena, and in particular for Marc Brown.
Well, I'll tell you, if I were the coach of Fairfield, I would tell my boys to come out there and just have fun, because they really are affected by this crowd, this arena here at the Arc. And I know that they can play better than they're playing. They have to, or they wouldn't be at the collegiate level. They got to come out here and have some fun.
And one of the problems that Siena presents with all that offensive firepower is they get on top of a lot of teams, frustrate them early, And I think total frustration really set in at certain times that first half for Fairfield.
We have a statistic perhaps we can go to. I know Mike Dean is very proud of his team's defense, especially defending against the three-point shot. Let's take a look right here at the way Siena has played defense this year. You take a look right there. Siena has had that kind of a differential. Siena shot 48.6 from the floor and held opposing teams to 41.7. And that becomes very important. A lot of times people judge defensive efforts by how many points per game you give up, but that doesn't take into consideration how many changes of possession. Siena plays an up-tempo game, and that's a very important number right there, less than 42%. And at the line, Siena 14th in the country at better than 75%. So they've shot the ball very well and held opposing teams from doing just that.
And the other thing there, you saw the overall field goal percentage, and of course Siena shoots a tremendous amount of threes, so very high number from three-point land too, and the three-point shot very, very important in college basketball today.
Well, again, we've talked about this before. I think Mike Dean really looks to recruit, and he has in the past, guys who can shoot the three-pointer.
Yep.
That's a style of play that he enjoys, sort of in the mode of Rick Pitino at Kentucky.
Put this in perspective again. Three-point range, Siena this year almost 42%, 41.6. And defensively, the opposing teams are shooting only 25.6. That's a complete difference of 16%. So every time each club takes 6 three-pointers, Siena moves up ahead 3 points.
It's a dominating statistic. But you know that 75% team foul shooting record is an incredible statistic in and of itself, John. 75% as a team, that's tremendous.
Just saw a couple weeks ago, of course, Mike recorded his 100th victory. Right now he's got 102 against only 45 losses. Herter with the pass off to Matthews. He will score and be fouled. Excellent look by Tommy Herter.
Well, good defense initially there on Herter, but Fairfield unable to control the ball.
Fairfield starts the second half without Drew Henderson. And to show you how this lad rebounds, he had 5 offensive rebounds in the first half. Siena as a team had 4. Of course, Siena didn't miss that many shots.
Siena continues in the zone.
Foul is on Chris Steele. And Matthews missed the free throw rather badly. 45-20. There's Brantley with an extra step. No problem. Downey blocks it easily.
Downey has been impressive on defense.
Hit the underside of the basket. Stayed with it, though. Looks like he got fouled heading toward the basket. No call. There goes George. The hoop laid up and in.
His bad judgment by Steve Downey. He did not have to cross over to the opposite side of the hoop to make that shot.
That time they double team Marc Brown, tied him up, and the arrow pointing Fairfield's way.
Excellent defense, Johnny Jones.
In the first half, Downey had 3 blocked shots, so he's now got 4 in the ball game.
Yeah, it's a tough time for Siena right now. They realize that the game has gotten up to 20 points. Sometimes they get a little careless. Important they play well here for 8 or 10 minutes to get ready for the MAC tourney.
That basket on a break by Kevin George for the Stags, his first points of the game, and he came in as the leading scorer in this club.
And there's one reason maybe you'll see the field goal percentage reducing there. Downey with excellent defense made that a tough shot.
He was really not a shot blocker at all his first couple years here.
Well, he's much more aggressive. He gets his hands up and affects a lot of shooters. Barry knows playing against 6'11", 7-footers, it really makes it tough.
Sure does. Puts a lot of pressure on your shot. You have to raise it up, raise your trajectory.
Downey changed that shot and get out on the break. Gives it up to Schroeder, laid up and in, and a foul. Excellent play by Downey.
And that's what's so scary about Downey. He can do some amazing things. He moves sometimes like a player 6 foot, 6'1".
He changed his shot at the other end defensively and got out on the break.
In watching that, it looked like Steve used some poor judgment. He should have taken it himself, but it turns out to be a good play as he tosses back to the trailing Drew Schroeder.
Well, I think the one thing it enabled him to do was collect himself. At times, Steve's so talented, we've seen him go out of control or too fast. Siena, surprisingly, comes with the full court pressure.
Up 48-22. Siena had 2 runs in the first half of 17-1 and 13-0.
Siena not showing any mercy with this full court pressure, because all Fairfield can hope for is a slowed down game where the point totals remain low in the second half.
Well, I'm sure Mike wants to keep this group in for another 7 or 8 minutes. Get them ready. They're not going to be playing till Saturday night.
It was interesting to hear Mike say that he was going to shorten the workouts to 45 minutes. I find that hard to believe.
Well, he's probably going to get him some game time here and then try to shorten the workouts maybe Wednesday and Thursday.
When you have...
Grzoulis will check in now for Matthews.
Well, Steve tried to help out again there, but drew the foul.
Johnny Jones, a nice-looking freshman. Excellent quickness there on the drive. Boy, but an ugly-looking free throw. Really his form on that shot.
1 for 7 for the Stags at the line.
Takes it behind the right ear.
Nice stroke there. Marc Brown with 25 points in the first half. We should point out Siena's all-time single-game record, 42, set by Mike Catino against Drexel here in this building. I believe it was double overtime back in 1978. Downey squeezes one up, no good. We've got a foul against Schroeder for the push-off.
Well, Henderson really bodying Downey, and Steve unable to get a call.
It was a good move, though, by Steve Downey. You know, he's got to be aggressive, get himself set for the MAC tournament. He went left, right, and then tried to take the jumper. He can shoot over Henderson.
I think what Steve needs to do against Henderson, because Henderson will hold his ground, is really catch it, make a quick jump hook.
Matthews right back in now for Grzoulis, so not much time on the bench for Lee. There's a kick by Schroeder.
And really, Fairfield hasn't shown any sign of answering the Siena defense.
Well, the one thing they don't have is firepower, and that's what this club needs right here. Their hope is to keep this game a low-scoring thing. Brantley gets up over Downey for that board. Now goes past him. Schroeder helps out very well and draws the charge. That's good team defense right there.
6'3" forward helping out the 7-foot center.
Because Brantley had gone right past Downey.
Now, you're talking earlier about Mike Dean's record. It is incredible, this 100 wins. And he coached under a great coach at Michigan State, Judd Heathcote, who I met. I've always been very impressed by Judd Heathcote. I think he taught Mike quite a few things.
There's a touch foul called on Brantley. That's back-to-back on Brantley. Now, I talked to Mike today about future scheduling. Siena's schedule next year does not look too terribly attractive. And he's going to be playing in the Michigan State tournament against Stanford in the opening game out there. And he was talking about the possibility of getting Michigan State down there. He said, I've never asked Judd to do it, and I know he wouldn't. Judd has lost a couple of those kind of games in recent years. He said the trend all over the country is just not to do it. That the big-time teams are no longer going to go on the road. So this looked like a pretty good block.
It's good hold off by Schroeder to get that ball and made a strong move to the hoop. He's a strong kid inside for his size at 6'3".
I think what Mike Dean really learned from Judd Heathcote was it doesn't really matter what you run. You need some guys who can put it in the hole.
Well, Mike Dean's winning percentage here at Siena is 69+%. That's an amazing ratio, and you can win 2 out of every 3. And he's played some big-time programs and beaten them.
It speaks very well for Mike Dean's coaching ability. And just like a player, Mike Dean's only going to get better. He's learning, his experience is increasing. And if he stays here at Siena, they're going to win a lot of basketball games.
There's a steal by Marc Brown. Gives it up to Schroeder. Oh, yes.
And a nice job by Marc Brown giving it up.
That's for sure. He's keeping all these boys happy at this point in the year.
Crowd coming with the Bruce.
You know, Barry touched on a point before. I think Mike Dean, as we see a player control foul, Mike Dean really recruits the up-tempo players, the guys that are guard-oriented and can really shoot it, take it to the hole, and that's the type of team he has.
Now this...
Fairfield team foul.
Oh, good play by Schroeder.
That's a brave move by Schroeder.
Yeah.
Stepping in on Henderson.
He's drawn 2 charges in a row on the defensive end.
Better man than I.
Now they run a play for Bruce. Tough shot here.
Well, he wanted to show his versatility, you know, inside now outside.
There was a time this year when I think he might grab some pine based on this shot, Barry. We'll see if it happens. Benneman's getting a call.
Let's not start that again.
And I feel with tremendous confidence saying that if Drew Henderson played for Siena and never scored a point, they would still be going to the NCAA this season. That's how good a rebounder he is. He's a force.
I hope a couple of those big fellas that Mike's recruited for next year can do this kind of thing on the boards as Henderson has showed us tonight.
Boy, 6'7", well built. But again, Fairfield playing with a lot of underclassmen. Brantley, out of this group, the only player that they're losing.
But this is a team, I mean, obviously, that has not gone out to look for shooters. It's fairly obvious the type of player that Wanagirl has recruited.
But, you know, sometimes if you can bring in a recruit, a guy that can really light it up from long distance, he can open up for a lot of other players.
When you said earlier that Fairfield's got one problem, they can't score, that's a major problem.
It's a difficult game to win. Henderson with the hack behind on Downey.
And again, those are the type of players that Mike Dean loves. The guys that really can score.
7th Fairfield team foul. Steve Downey shooting.
Good rebound by Steve Downey to draw the foul. Hitting the offensive board. You know, rebounding is like defense. It takes predominantly effort, not so much skill. And the guys who rebound, and you know, Downey and Matthews have been doing it because they're putting forth the effort now.
Doesn't hurt being 6'11" or 6'7" and built like a truck either.
Well, size helps.
Schroeder goes for the block. That's a beautiful move right there down the lane.
Kevin George really used the basket that time to ward off the defender. Nice move.
Well, this is one of the few times that Fairfield's taken advantage of the pressure defense and taken it hard to the hoop, and it paid off that time for George.
They attacked the pressure right down the middle.
George, a sophomore out of Jersey City. I would guess somewhere along the line he's matched up against Marc Brown before. Completes the three-point play. Score, by the way, is 53-28. If we're not giving it as often as we normally do, it's because it's been a pretty one-sided ball game.
Has Marc Brown gotten a shot up in the second half yet? I don't know.
Well, a lot of times when you have that productive a first half, you lose your aggressiveness a little bit.
Brantley takes it away from Downey.
And frankly, I'd like to see Marc Brown out of the ball game. I think his night's over. He's put on a tremendous performance, and save him for the weekend.
Look out.
Nice spin by George. Gorgeous shot. Didn't complete it, but there's Henderson, another rebound. And he was fouled on the floor. No basket.
Oh, unfortunate. Great hustle by Henderson, but just the way it's been going for Fairfield. Give Henderson credit.
We've got a timeout on the court, 14:41 to go in the ball game. Siena leads it by 25, and of course, you're watching Siena basketball exclusively on Fox 23.
Callers 1 through 20 at 476 WXXA will receive 2 tickets for the opening night game of the MAC tournament, courtesy of Fox 23 and Subway.
Get presidential values all month at your Empire Buick dealers. Every dealer has specials plus $500 factory discount on Skylark, $600 first-time buyer incentives, up to $2,000 option package rebates, or financing as low as 4.9% APR. Plus now, when you buy a new Buick LeSabre, Regal, or Park Avenue, and sign for 90 days of 9X cellular service at a participating Empire Buick dealer, you'll get a Motorola cellular phone at no additional cost. See Della, Goldstein, Mangino, Morris, New Country, Northway, or Topper.
Now I'm kicking off a big week in a big way with Malcolm Jamal Warner, Maria Shriver, and the OJs on the next Arsenio Hall show.
Tonight at 11 on Fox 23.
A timeless tale of romance.
I love you.
Uh-oh. The adventure of a lifetime.
Tomorrow night at 8 on Fox 23.
There's the story right there on your screen. And Kevin, during that timeout, you were making the point you'd like to see Marc Brown be taken out of the game for the rest of the night. Why?
Well, I've been in games like this, and certainly, you know, you had a pretty good first half. Marc really had fire in his eyes. He hasn't really come out with the same electricity in his second half. I think it's a time you let down a little bit, and I think that's when players get injured.
That's true, and I think a bad team eventually can make you look bad. This game has deteriorated a bit, and it's difficult for him now to be fired up and keep trying to score.
You know, Siena right now dying for Fairfield just to launch it from anywhere so they can get down the other end.
They've had it forever, but of course they took it out under their own hoop. There's still 14 on the shot clock, and Martin's shot no good. Brazulis with the board. Marc Brown now playing the 2 guards, so they'll run in through some screens. A little isolation play, but George with the steal on Marc. George drops it off for Henderson.
These Fairfield guards are quick defensively. I give them that. And they're young.
And again, Henderson with good hustle on the offensive board. He runs the floor very well. Boy, would he like to transfer?
Schroeder lost control, but on the way up and hit the underside of the rim.
There was a shot that almost went through from the bottom to the top.
Los Bonagaro still contesting this game, as well he should.
Now Mike Dean going to pull it out and go for the score.
What's the thought behind this?
Well, a little surprised. I think if you're going to keep your regulars in there, you got to run your offense, keep them fresh. Otherwise, you might as well get them out.
Marc Brown for 3.
There's a thought. Certainly, you know, when you spread them out, Marc Brown and Doremus Benderman much more effective. You don't have to worry about running them off screens.
But at that time, Marc was playing the point, had the ball in his hands, and still stuck it from 3-point range. Previously, he was the 2-guard. Look at this steal.
Look at this.
Oh, and that's perfect. That's a great one to get him out of. That's enough.
Was he trying to draw a foul for a 3-point play?
Oh, he turned to your buddy, the official, Barry, wanted the call.
Well, Fairfield has 30, and Marc Brown has 30.
Hey, they're dead even. There's Owen. Benjamin with the pick. That almost went. He was fouled on the way to the basket by Jones.
You know, this tandem of Brown and Benderman might really come through in the MAC tournament. They're playing more and more together and better together.
It looks like they're challenging each other defensively here. I can pick the other guy better than you can.
Yeah, great steal by Benderman here.
Benderman really has come on. He's shown great poise for a freshman.
Well, that's what happens. You talk about challenging each other. I believe that's true. That Marc Brown and his greatness and what he's achieved is making Benderman come on now because he wants to be that kind of player himself.
Best free throw shooter on the team, 83%. Here comes Herter and Mike Brown in the ball game, replacing Benderman and Schroeder. 60-30. Even a basic mathematician might be able to deduce that that's doubling their total.
And again, a little surprised Siena continue with the full court pressure.
Siena takes out 2 shooters and puts in 2 shooters. He's lost nothing.
Fairfield won the first 4 games ever played between these 2 schools, but Siena has won the last 3, and this game here will even it up. Drive to the hoop, nice shot.
Excellent hang time.
In traffic by Johnny Jones. Marc Brown.
Boy, he left Johnny Jones standing in his tracks.
Yeah, and that 17-footer is like a layup to him.
The way he's playing right now, that's just absolutely nothing.
And here's the move I've been waiting for.
Benderman checking in. You think he's going to be getting marked?
Almost.
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown just came in.
Yep.
Now he's going out.
He's being stopped at the bench, and there's Mike Dean talking to him about the mistake he just made.
But, Coach, we're up 30.
I
just want to get down the other end.
Timeout called by Fairfield. They couldn't get the ball in bounds. 11:26 on the clock. Siena leads it by 30, 62-32. And, of course, this is Siena basketball presented on Fox 23.
Just when you need it most, get help from your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. You need low financing, rebates, super trade-in values, and low monthly payments? You got it. You need a great cash deal? You got it. Your Chrysler Plymouth dealers are ready to do whatever it takes to put you in the car of your dreams. With 770 protection and driver's airbags, we've got everything you need. So don't miss this opportunity, because now you have all the advantages except time. See Amsterdam, Hawkins, Canopy Brothers, Van Dyke, or Carroll.
Subway bakes my bread up fresh, and that's my way. My way. I get a combo seafood club the best way. My way. Subway. It's my sub in front of me, just the way it ought to be. It's fresh, it's hot, I know I got it. My way. Subway. My way. Subway.
Take home a sub with fresh, delicious seafood or cold cuts, and be a hero.
On the street, you get arrested for this. It's called pickpocket.
Great steal by Marc Brown. And he takes it in here, and he kind of hangs, tries to draw the three-point play, and he did get fouled. He should have got another foul shot.
Disappointing, get the call.
Again, Siena has been in the zone majority of this ball game.
And you can see why, or hear why. You hear that ball hit the rim?
That was an absolutely awesome play that he slipped between two defenders and kind of slid the ball between his legs to bring the ball with him.
Showbiz.
Oh, my goodness. That ball went between his legs. We couldn't see it.
You know, he plays so effective. It's like the ball is part of his hand. Such great control.
Now has to start focusing on Siena's all-time single-game record because Marc is right on the doorstep.
And I think that's the only reason that he's in this one.
He has right now, if our records are right, there's a foul on Marc in the backcourt. His second.
Foul on number 4, Marc Brown.
He has 35 points right now and needs 8 more to break the all-time single-game scoring mark.
Well, 3 shots ought to do it. 3 threes?
Mike Catino set the record back in February of 1978 when he scored 42 points in a triple overtime. Siena win over Drexel. The final score of that game, 126-115.
42 is understandable with that kind of a score. Marc has 35 of Siena's 65 points at this time.
Martin looks like the best shooter in that club. 4 for 4 at the line and drained a 3 in the first half. Mike Brown lost control of the ball.
It's as if Fairfield can sense that Marc Brown's going for a record because they're double teaming him, triple teaming him.
If you're the opposing coach, does that bother you at all?
Certainly. If I'm on Fairfield, I take a whack at him. I'm dead serious. You know, it's one thing to win. But I'll tell you what, if we were running down and he went in for a layup.
But aren't records meant to be broken?
Not against me. You know, it's one thing if you get him in the context of the game, but this game is really out of hand, and I think that's the one thing that Siena is risking right now. If Marc Brown goes down, it'll be a tough weekend.
Well, the percentages are with Siena because Marc Brown has never missed a game in his 4 years at Siena.
Well,
I shouldn't say that.
Well, the other thing, he's been hurt. He's had a bad back and a bad knee. I guess when you got 35, you only missed a handful of shots.
Here we go. There's a 3. Oh.
Well, 38. I hope he gets him in a hurry and get him out. He has it going tonight.
At 38 right now, there's a foul on Downey. I'm sure Mike Dean is finding out statistically exactly what the situation is over there.
That was a great three-pointer. It's like you knew it had eyes as soon as he released it.
On his shots, a lot of them he hasn't hit any rim, just dead center.
You know, I mean, to be honest, he has never been a great shooter.
No.
His shooting percentages over the years have not indicated being a great shooter.
Well, I think, in fairness to Mark, with the defensive pressure that he faces, I think he's been a very good shooter. Because they're really up on him. A lot of his shots are tough shots.
But yet, what I'm getting at, though, Kevin, they're still on him now, and yet over the last 8 games, he has been doing things never seen on this court, not even close to it.
Well, the amazing thing is we expect so much from Marc Brown, and he's raised the expectation. This is amazing.
Well, he has become a better shooter. There's no doubt about that. We always knew how quick he was and what a tremendous ball handler he is and passer. His shooting's improved as well.
And now that's the 10th foul, so he'll get 2 shots. And clearly they're shooting for the record. And a good friend of mine, Mike Catino, the record's going to be shattered, and Mike has similar electricity to Marc Brown.
Mike was a tremendous ball player. I played with Mike.
Excellent.
Mike was a tremendous ball player.
Excellent offensive player. Could really do things off the dribble, could take it to the hole, pull up for the jump shot. He played with a couple stiffs like myself and carried us.
You had a good team.
George, the basket, can't get it down. Brantley gets it back, scores.
Pull up right there, close enough.
Tommy Herter can't quite get the roll.
Well, the fans are going to start booing if Marc Brown doesn't shoot it every time, which is a little unfair to the other players.
Again, we should let you know the score every 10 minutes or so, 69-37.
Well, I think the other players should sacrifice another couple shots. Get it to Mark, let him break the record.
Got some subs checking in. Got a foul on Brantley, illegal screen.
You got to take a swing at somebody.
And Coach Girl can't believe that. Look at that. I'm down 32. I mean, you got to be kidding me.
Down 32, you're calling screening fouls.
And it's amazing Siena doesn't walk Marc Brown right to the line. Try to get him there.
Chip Ryder, Dave Foster, Andy Shorty for the Saints.
Brantley alongside of Brown, and Brantley could be a bit frustrated here.
Don't go for the offensive board.
Hang back, Mark. Mike Brown with the first of 2. Marc Brown, if you just tune in, has 39 points. He has put on a phenomenal display of basketball here tonight. I think it's the greatest game I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, he has been amazing.
He just has done nothing wrong. Everything's been great. Mike Brown gives it up to the man. Here we go. Gets the screen from Foster. Open for 3. Got it.
That's the record. Dave Foster. That's a great play. Dave Foster.
Has 42. We're tied with Mike Catino with 9 minutes to play. Plenty of time. Could get 50. Could get 60. Here we go.
It is.
Here it is. Shorkey with the rebound. Goes back up. Goaltending on Brantley.
Well, nice hustling play by Shorkey.
Marc Brown giving a handshake to Dave Foster, who set that screen for him. Timeout on the court, 8:47 to play. There's your score, 76-37. And we'll be back with more Siena basketball right here on Fox 23.
Don't miss the excitement when the MAC tournament returns to the Knickerbocker Arena March 1st through 4th. Tickets are on sale now. Gentiles Flooring is hosting the most colorful sale of the year. It's the Stevens Color Your Home sale, and it's going on now. Brighten up your home with luxurious Stevens signature carpets. Choose from thousands of brilliant colors in carefree textures, plush-cut piles, and beautiful sculpted and Berber styles. And get the customer satisfaction guarantee only a signature dealer can offer. Come in for the best prices of the year during the Color Your Home sale, only at Gentiles Flooring, 1100 Central Avenue, Albany.
Let's take a look right here. This ties the record right here with that jumper. History being made.
And a great job by Foster again on the screen.
And that screen was acknowledged by Marc Brown next time down the court.
Just give me one more. And I'm out of here.
I don't know. I don't know.
Go for 100.
Go for the 50. Need 4 more hoops. Here we go for 3. Only a 2. That breaks the record.
And this announcer will stand up and applaud and tip my hat to an outstanding performance.
That came with over 8:20 to go in the ballgame. 44 points, and he's out ahead on the break again. Here's Mike Brown, squares up for 3. Wow.
3 points.
Timeout has been called with 8:02 remaining in the ball game, and this has really gotten out of hand, 81-37. We'll be back with more Siena basketball on Fox 23 in just a moment.
Callers 1 through 20 at 476 WXXA will receive 2 tickets for the opening night game of the MAC tournament, courtesy of Fox 23 and Subway.
Nobody could tie Bob Bueller down until...
You promised, Mama. You told her you would always take care of me.
I've got a crazy man coming to live in my house just like that.
How far will he go to keep the promise?
I don't think I can take him back, but he's my brother.
Wednesday night at 9 on Fox 23.
This is history in the making right here.
Boy, this was the toughest shot of the night, too, and he squares himself. Beautiful arc, and it goes down.
And Mark is out of the ballgame. He called the timeout. There he is on the bench. Bobby Byer congratulating him.
And that's why they left him in to get the record. It's certainly a night to remember in a tremendous career. A career really marked with greatness.
The last 8 games have been scary.
And the fans want more.
Well, they know this is it for his performances on this court. Henderson finally gets a jumper to go. Here's Foster. Gets it up over Henderson. Can't score it, though. And the rebound taken down inside by Johnny Jones.
And a nice look that time by Bennerman.
This has to be one of the worst losses, if it turns out this way, in Fairfield history. They have really been really humiliated here tonight.
Shorkey with the hammer that time on Jones.
Well, this is going to be a long one, too. From this point on, both teams going to be shooting 2 free throws.
Good move to the hoop, slides through there and draws the contact. Jones at the line.
Jones, a 6'1 freshman out of Bridgeport, Connecticut, second on the club in scoring. And only a 39% you can see from the floor. Certainly a tough day for Mitch Bonaguro. It's been a tough 4 years.
Well, Brantley, the only senior on the team, should have had a little leadership tonight, and he really didn't play well in the early going, and the young kids kind of fell apart.
I don't know, Barry. I think you judge a coach after he's been there at least into his 3rd year. Then he gets a chance to bring in his players and show his influx on the game, what type of game he's going to play, that kind of thing. And quite frankly, Bonaguro's program is going straight down, not even sideways, straight down since he's been there.
I think down, obviously done a poor job recruiting. They haven't got any talent, really, not really any shooting talent.
They have some decent athletes, but really no scorers, and that's no 3-point shooters. And in this day and age, you need a couple guys who can bang it down.
But that's the coach's responsibility to go out and get those kids up.
Doesn't matter what you run. If you don't have the players,
right.
You're not going to be successful.
Right. Good rebound in there.
Shooting 2.
Tulik's a 6'4" kid. He gets up, inside, outside. He's a freshman. He's going to be a good player, kind of a swing man.
You wonder about Bonaguro's future. I mean, at a school, you mentioned, Barry, that they have had a pretty good basketball tradition, and I would think, they expect to win a certain amount of games. They not only haven't won them, they haven't been competitive.
Well, the years that you spoke of, Fairfield came out and beat some big-name teams in NCAA play.
There's Tulik going to the hoop again and drawing a foul, and he'll shoot 2 more.
They were giant killers, as Siena has become. They beat the teams like the Stanfords and They're really struggling now.
While we have a break in the action, I'd like to wish good luck to Sue Reinfert and also a get well wish to Bob McNamara, local sportscaster, who's been home.
Hope Mac is watching tonight. Understand he's home from the hospital, feeling better.
Get well soon, Mac.
Exactly. There's a block, Brantley on Foster. Henderson now back. Good exchange right there. Henderson misses the layup. Satulik keeps banging, though. Gets the basket.
And Henderson also in there.
Brantley showed a great block on that play to ignite that basket at the other end.
You know, I think Barry had a nice point earlier that Fairfield has a number of nice role players. They really need a go-to guy, and that's the one thing they need to go out and recruit.
They need a few go-to guys.
Okay. I was being nice.
There's the hook by Foster. That brings his house down. They love David Foster. Seldom used Jr.
Very hard worker. Really has a positive attitude.
Now this is a great opportunity for these other kids that work so hard every day in practice to get a chance for some game time and to contribute.
Foster again, getting a bit carried away here.
Still working on the three.
We still have 5:40 remaining. 83-44. There's a travel.
Well, our producer said it looked like we drew on that one, but if we're here for the alumni game, I missed about 12 or 14 from three-point land, right in a row. So Foster still has some cushion.
You know, years ago, the guys who played on the second team in practice used to take their shirts off, you know, and play skins. And the only way the coach could identify them is if they didn't have their shirts on. I know now they give them multicolored shirts, you know.
Ryder hits the board. I believe I was at the first game ever played between these two teams. You bring up a good point, Barry. At that time, Fairfield was a huge favorite over Siena. It was down in Connecticut. And I broadcast the game on radio, and quite frankly, it was a great game. Right down to the wire, Fairfield won it. Fred Barricat, now the supervisor of ACC officials, was the head coach at that time, and they were shocked at the game they got from Siena that night.
Number 24, Marc Brown, his third personal.
Boy, how the roles have been reversed, huh?
Everything goes in cycles, it seems. I'll tell you another thing, though, that I admire about Marc Brown, and what really impressed me is he is a great player with all finesse. Doesn't play dirty, doesn't do anything illegal. He's just a finesse ball player who can do it.
And really, a lot of things in life come down to timing. And Marc Brown and Mike Dean's timing, a great marriage, really.
When you see a guy like Spud Webb, you know, play for the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA, it makes you wonder if Marc Brown, with his speed and quickness, might not have a chance with the right team. You know, it's very difficult for a small man to make it in that league.
I know one thing. I was a little skeptical beforehand, but I think he's going to get a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Of course, the NBA now has only 2 rounds in the draft, as opposed to the old days that significantly more than that.
I remember talking to Mike Dean when he first got the job, actually a year after being here, and he said, I got this recruit, he's great. I don't know how to explain him, he can just do stuff. And I think that says it all for him. He can just do things. He's amazing.
Mike Brown will take it hard to the hoop and kind of draw a hard foul from Brantley, who runs underneath him. No reason for any real rough contact at this point of the game. No reason for anybody to get hurt.
Fairfield number 42, Todd Holland checks in.
Brantley leaves.
At the line, Mike Brown.
Harold's last appearance at the Arc. He'll be back at the Nick in another week.
And Harold Brantley has had a splendid career. He's in the top 10 all-time in rebounding at Fairfield. And is in the top 15 in scoring.
He played hard, but he's a small man playing in the middle and surrounded by no shooters.
Yep, and Siena really could pack the defense in there.
There's Holland inside. Boy, it's just so hard off the glass.
Take cover.
89-46. Siena jumped out there. Here's Foster for their hair ball.
Well, he's catching up to me.
His confidence is soaring. Letting those three-pointers go.
And every coach jumped on him except for Mike Dean.
Well, he likes the three-pointer. I don't know if he likes Dave Foster necessarily taking him.
Hey, if you don't take him tonight, you're not going to take him. What the heck? Kid puts in a lot of hours. Nice drive along the baseline there.
Well, there's 2 or 3 other guys in there who can really drill it from 3.
Sharkey foul. He's got the nice little step under move.
Well, that's called the step-through move, which Siena teaches. That's Mike Dean's move. Sometimes it draws a walk call from the officials.
Sharkey's a player, but he hesitated a little bit there, but drew the foul by going up and under.
Used his body very well.
3:27 to go. Sharkey at the line to shoot a pair.
Or Sharkey as a freshman now, his minutes will pick up next year.
Sometimes when you don't play a lot, numbers can be a bit irrelevant, but I saw a stat on Andy Sharkey today. Rebounds per minute play, and he was by far #1 on this team. By far.
When he comes in, he always seems to contribute. Sometimes doesn't play very much.
Basket by Chris Steele.
Benjamin for 3. Here comes Jones back with a runner. Good. That might have been Fairfield's first back-to-back hoops on trips all game long. Jimmy Ryder's been fouled.
Nice little move there by Jimmy Ryder, putting it behind his back and taking it to the hoop.
And one of the
foul, number 23, Craig Martin.
Got his body in there and drew the foul.
Absorbed the bump and continued on with the shot. One of the times we've seen, a few times we've seen Mike Dean sit down. Usually they try to sell that seat, but Mike has been down last 8 or 10 minutes. This one, of course, well in hand.
It was well in hand from the very beginning. Ryder with that perfect free throw record for the season. Holland for 3, and he sticks it. Wow.
Looked like he shot that under the rim and it went in.
And that's very big for my prediction.
Let's let the audience hear the prediction.
Before the game, I figured 100-62. I think Siena's going to do their part. Need a couple 3-baggers from Fairfield. I'll take that one. There you go.
That's only a 2. Just a 2.
He was behind the line.
95-57.
The second team of Siena has moved the ball very well.
Well, really, Michael Brown put Foster in a tough spot right around the ear. But good hustling play by Foster. And Andy Sharkey's going to have 2 free throws.
I got to tell you.
This is the kind of play where the ball's going out. Holland makes a good save under his own basket and right to Sharkey.
And David Foster, folks, is exhausted. He hasn't played this much. And he's sucking wind.
Get a little ice for the arm. Well, it's a nice opportunity for some of the second team members to get in there and have some fun.
Almost got to let it go right now, Bobby. Bobby Madigan with the call.
I think it would have been a good game, though, with Siena's second team against this Fairfield team. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe Siena would have beat him handily anyway. This is a good second team Siena's gotten. As I say, they've played very well together. There's Mike Dean, a happy man.
That's about as relaxed as you're going to see him in this building ever.
Well, he knows this one's not going overtime, so.
I think he wanted Mark to get that record. You know, the game starting out with honoring the seniors. Mark just came out here with like gangbusters, and Mike Dean's happy about that as well.
You just tuned in. Marc Brown, the all-time Siena record, maybe the only one he hadn't established. Great pass. That could have been a foul, wasn't called, but Marc Brown tonight with 44 points, a single game high in Siena College basketball history. Jones to the hoop, scores it.
Basket by Johnny Jones.
He's getting Mitchell garbage time. Here comes Storky back, and he's been fouled by Holland.
That's why statistics are so misleading, because it depends on whether the baskets are meaningful or not.
That got Mike back up. Siena, of course, now will wait to find out what happens tomorrow in the game between St. Peter's and LaSalle in Jersey City. If St. Peter's should win that game, Siena will be the champion of the regular season in the MAC Conference. With this win tonight, Siena assures themselves no worse than number 2.
I'm sure this is a night that Marc Brown and his family, and even Stephen Downey and Tom Herter, will remember for a lifetime.
I'm sure they're sorry it's over.
Well, the fun begins this weekend. All the action in the MAC tournament should be very exciting.
Another brick thrown up there. The crowd wants the 100. They have not hit 100 at the arc all year. Donovan misses it. Siena did go up over the 100-point mark in the Alaska shootout against UCal Irvine, 119 to 108. But they haven't done it in front of the home folks all year long. Played that defense that time, Kevin, we talked about at the start of the second half. Just shoot it.
Just shoot it. Let's get down the other way, baby.
Plenty of time. 40.
Uh-oh, bad pass by Benjamin.
Jam it. I like it.
Basket by Craig.
Hang in there, Fairfield.
Craig Martin will probably end up the leading scorer.
Fighting to the end, though.
Benjamin, 30 seconds to go in the ball game. Tries the three. It's going to be way off the mark. Jones with the board. Got the steal blocked by Shorten. Great block. And here's Benjamin. He'll look for the three again. It's way off.
He's tired.
Yeah. Benjamin clearly wanted to get that 100 mark for the fans. If it was 98, you know he wasn't going to take that kind of a shot.
He was playing for the crowd. That's
No
all
question.
he was doing it for.
10 seconds. Here's Holland from downtown, way off the mark. Saved in the corner, and that will be the final. And steal goes to basket. No hoop. Hoop is waved off. And Siena has won it by a final score of 97 to 63. Right back with our post-game show featuring, I'm sure, Marc Brown in just a moment.
Kex is better than the best. Why? Kex has the people for sales, service, and support. Your organization will run smoother with Canon NP and CLC copiers. From reliable desktop models to the latest in color copying technology, Canon NP and CLC are unsurpassed. See what Canon and Kex can do for you today with great performance, price, and superior quality. Better than the best.
Some cars you buy because you have to, and some because you want to. Have to, want to, have to, want to. Then there's the Saab 9000S, with the largest engine Saab ever built, plus the space and solidity of a station wagon. The 9000S, a car, not a compromise. Because we don't make compromises, we make Saabs.
Come test drive a Saab from New Salem Garage, just 10 minutes south of Albany on Route 85.
We're back now, standing by with the winning coaches, our own Kevin McGraw. Kevin?
Coach, an impressive victory, but a sparkling performance by your senior, Marc Brown.
It was better than that, actually, Kev. He did some things I haven't even seen. I think the fans' tribute to him, he gave everything back that he could. Certainly, it's a night where maybe he could have had 60, but there certainly was no sense in that. He's been injured. When he got the record, we got him out just as soon as we could. He even called a timeout. It's a fitting end, though, to just an unbelievable career. I can't say enough about him.
He makes 3 or 4 plays a game, maybe more tonight, that are highlight material. Most guys go a season and you can grab 3 or 4. He makes 3 or 4 a night.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of a splicer's nightmare because there are so many. But the play where he went through his legs from behind in traffic and then banked it off, I haven't seen that one yet. So that was something new to me tonight.
I know when you're rubbing your eyes, it must be amazing.
I gave it a couple of those tonight. It was unbelievable, and I'm proud for him. It's been a pleasure coaching him for 4 years. I know he's enjoyed playing for the fans here for 4 years, and we're going to give it all we got in the tournament. And either way, I think we're going somewhere now for postseason, whether we win the tournament or not. And it's a tribute to the whole senior class.
Well, congratulations on a great win. We're going to have to get the ace in.
Go for them.
Mark, you do so many amazing things. Tonight, you really had it going. It must be a great feeling.
It was a great game to end my career on. We were pretty fired up for the game. It was an emotional game. But we're playing great right now, and I think come tournament time, we'll be a team to reckon with.
You've had a tremendous career here, but over the last 6 or 7 games, you've been unbelievable. Have you really tried to raise your level of play?
Well, I know my career possibly could be over after college, and I'm just trying to give 110%, play through the injuries. I have a back problem and a knee problem. I'm just trying to play through them right now. And, like I said, we're playing well, and I'm just trying to keep playing well.
I know it hasn't sunk in, but I'm sure, speaking as a former player, tonight is a night you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Without a doubt.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Kev.
Well, we have another one of the seniors in, Tommy Herter. Tommy, you're one of the local guys here. You've had a great career also. Sum up your feeling.
Well, it's a great win, and, I just found myself out there watching Mark. I just had an incredible game. Steve said the same thing. We spent the whole night just watching Mark. He just played incredible.
Well, congratulations on a great career, and keep it going down the MAC tournament.
All right, thank you.
Now let's send it back to John Graney.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. We'll be back with some closing comments in just a moment.
Subway bakes my bread up fresh, and that's my way. My way. I get a combo seafood club the best way. My way. Subway. My sub in front of me, just the way it ought to be. It's fresh and hot. I know I got it. My way. Subway. My way. Subway.
Take home a sub with fresh, delicious seafood or cold cuts and be a hero.
Flooring is hosting the most colorful sale of the year. It's the Stevens Color Your Home sale, and it's going on now. Brighten up your home with luxurious Stevens signature carpets. Choose from thousands of brilliant colors in carefree textures, plush-cut piles, and beautiful sculpted and Berber styles. And get the customer satisfaction guarantee only a signature dealer can offer. Come in for the best prices of the year during the Color Your Home sale, only at Gentiles Flooring, 1100 Central Avenue, Albany.
Save your money or spend it. Financial decisions are no longer that simple. In today's complex world, managing your assets requires more. Albany Savings Bank has been a part of good financial decisions since 1820. Our products, services, and experience combine to make us stronger than ever, and leadership will continue to be our trademark. The area's banking and financial center, Albany Savings Bank. We're more than a bank.
Hi, I'm Jeff Singer of Singer's Jewelers. You know us as your service store. Whether it's a watch battery, a ring size to remounting while you wait, a clock repair, or a diamond for your fiancé, you can trust us to do the job right.
Here's a gold buying tip. Don't be misled by outrageous gold discount claims. We sell 14-karat gold chains for $17 a gram and up, and that's a fair price.
And remember, we provide the services you just can't seem to find anymore at Singer's Jewelers, 353 Broadway, Troy.
We're crunched for time tonight. Once again, it's been a great season with Siena College basketball. Pleasure to work with Mr. Kramer one more time here on Fox 23.
Great, John. There was electricity in the air tonight.
Kevin McGraw, the production crew, of course, from Channel 45 we worked with for years, right here on TV 23 from Will Mile, right on down. Thanks, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed Siena basketball right here on Fox 23.
They're the scariest group on television. Don't go away. Monsters is coming up next here on WXXA, Fox 23. Val Kilmer stars as a renegade warrior fighting to save a child from the forces of an evil queen in Willow. Tomorrow night at 8 on Fox 23.